how much training have they done to this point to prepare themselves for what they want to do? So we look at the data for the last 4 weeks. We take an average of that last 4 weeks, and then we assess how well did they cope with it. Because there's not one recipe for every child. What one can do, another might not be able to cope with. And equally, week on week, children have different capacities based on how well their battery is charged. And so, whilst we often say that we can take the average of the last 4 weeks and add 10% to it, that figure may vary. Certainly, we know that quite a lot of children would get injured with as much as a 15% increase in the load compared to the average of the last 4 weeks. But other children who've been used to training in that sport for some time, they've perhaps already done their growth spurt and they may be stronger with better energy intake, might tolerate really big spikes in activity without injury. So this is just part of the equation. Just to show you how this works, if you keep a spreadsheet or a diary, where in, say, for example, week 1, the child may have done 12 kilometres of either swimming or running or cycling. Week 2, they did 10k. Week 3, they did 12. And in week 4, they did 10. So we add those all together, and that makes 44. By dividing it by the number of training weeks, which is 4, we get an average of 11 kilometres. And what we know is that around 10% increases are usually safe. And so this week, the child trained to do 12 kilometres worth of activity. And then we do a sort of rolling average. So the old week 1 becomes week 2, and we can start to assess these different loads that have been achieved and how that's prepared them for the current week. Kidsbacktosport.com is a website where parents and coaches and practitioners can go to get more information about how to keep kids injury free and how to get them safely back to sport when they're injured.